Most people think self-respect is something loud. They imagine confidence as dominance, sharp comebacks, winning arguments, humiliating toxic people publicly. But real self-respect is much quieter than that and far more dangerous. Because toxic people are not defeated by your anger. They are defeated the moment they realize they can no longer control your emotional state. That is the real battle, not the argument, not the disrespect, not the tension in the room. Control. The moment someone can provoke you emotionally on command, they gain access to something incredibly valuable: your inner stability. And most people surrender that stability immediately without noticing. A sarcastic remark changes their mood. A dismissive tone ruins their confidence. A manipulative person makes them question their worth. Suddenly, their peace belongs to someone else. And the frightening part is how normal this has become. People are emotionally reacting all day long, reacting to messages, opinions, criticism, disrespect, social media, rejection, silence. They are constantly being psychologically pulled in different directions by external behavior they cannot control. Then they wonder why they feel exhausted. Marcus Aurelius understood this danger deeply. Surrounded by betrayal, political manipulation, fake loyalty, and endless criticism, he repeated one principle to himself constantly: you have power over your mind, not outside events. That line sounds simple until life tests it, because toxic people specialize in making outside events feel deeply personal. They know exactly where to apply pressure, sometimes consciously, sometimes instinctively, but the effect is always similar. They study emotional reactions carefully. They notice what makes you defensive, what makes you explain yourself too much, what creates insecurity, what makes your tone change. And once someone understands your emotional triggers, they understand how to disturb your peace whenever they want. This is why emotionally reactive people become easy to manipulate. Not because they are weak, because they are readable. The Stoics understood that self-respect begins the moment your identity stops depending on the behavior of difficult people. Most individuals never reach this point because they spend their entire lives trying to earn dignity externally. They want toxic people to finally understand them, respect them, validate them, treat them fairly. But toxic people rarely operate through fairness. They operate through emotional leverage. Every reaction feeds the dynamic. Every emotional defense gives them information. And the more emotionally urgent you become, the more psychological power you lose. This is why powerful people often appear strangely calm around disrespect. Not because they enjoy it, because they refuse to surrender internal control over temporary external behavior. That difference changes everything. Most people enter toxic situations already emotionally vulnerable. They secretly hope to be understood, accepted, appreciated. So when disrespect appears, it attacks something deeper than ego. It attacks emotional expectation itself. Suddenly, the mind becomes desperate to repair the tension. Over-explaining begins. Defending begins. Emotional chasing begins. And without realizing it, self-respect starts collapsing quietly. Because self-respect cannot survive where emotional desperation controls behavior. Epictetus believed human beings suffer more from their judgments than events themselves. Toxic behavior becomes destructive partly because of the meaning attached to it internally. Someone insults you, and immediately the mind creates stories. Maybe they're right. Maybe I'm not enough. Maybe I need to prove myself. Maybe I should explain better. And now the disrespect continues internally long after the moment itself ended. That is how toxic people begin living inside your head. Not through force, through emotional permission. The Stoic response is not emotional suppression. That misunderstanding destroys many people. Stoicism is not pretending nothing hurts. Marcus Aurelius himself admitted frustration, exhaustion, disappointment, anger. The difference is that he observed emotions before obeying them. That pause creates power. Most people never pause. Emotion becomes action instantly. Anger becomes words. Fear becomes over-explaining. Insecurity becomes people-pleasing. Anxiety becomes emotional pursuit. Everything happens automatically. But emotionally disciplined people interrupt this cycle. Before responding, they observe. That observation changes the entire psychological dynamic because awareness weakens emotional impulsiveness immediately. The toxic person expects reaction. They expect visible frustration, defensiveness, emotional collapse. And when they receive calmness instead, something shifts unexpectedly. Their emotional momentum loses direction. Silence becomes especially powerful here. Not performative silence, not cold manipulation. Grounded silence. The kind that comes from someone no longer needing immediate validation or emotional victory. Most people speak too quickly when disrespected because they are trying to protect identity externally. But grounded individuals understand identity is protected internally first. You do not need to convince every difficult person of your worth. That realization feels almost revolutionary once understood deeply. Because suddenly, enormous amounts of emotional pressure disappear. You stop trying to win every misunderstanding, stop defending every criticism, stop emotionally negotiating for respect. And ironically, respect often increases automatically when desperation disappears. This is something Machiavelli understood with brutal clarity. People instinctively test emotional boundaries constantly. They observe reactions carefully. Someone who becomes emotionally unstable under pressure appears psychologically controllable, even if they seem confident outwardly. But calmness creates uncertainty, and uncertainty commands attention. This is why emotionally disciplined people often feel intimidating without trying. Others cannot fully predict them emotionally anymore. Provocation becomes unreliable. Manipulation loses effectiveness. Emotional games stop producing expected reactions. And once someone realizes they cannot emotionally control you easily, their behavior changes naturally. Not always immediately, but inevitably. There is another difficult truth hidden underneath all of this. Many toxic dynamics continue because boundaries remain unclear internally first. People tolerate disrespect repeatedly, hoping behavior changes eventually. They abandon personal standards to preserve relationships. They remain available to individuals who consistently disturb their peace because deep down, they fear losing connection more than losing self-respect. But every tolerated violation teaches people how to treat you. Not dramatically, gradually. Human beings adapt quickly to what becomes acceptable. This is why boundaries matter psychologically. Not because they control others, because they protect identity. Every time you uphold a boundary calmly, self-respect strengthens internally. Every time you betray your own standards to avoid discomfort, self-trust weakens slightly. And self-trust is the foundation of confidence. Without self-trust, confidence becomes performance. Real confidence is quieter. It comes from knowing you can protect your peace without becoming cruel. Knowing you can walk away without emotional chaos consuming you. Knowing your worth remains stable, regardless of temporary external treatment. That kind of stability changes how toxic behavior affects you entirely. Because eventually, disrespect stops feeling like proof of inadequacy and starts feeling like information. Information about the other person's emotional maturity, their insecurity, their character, their internal chaos. Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself that people act according to their nature and understanding. Foolish people behave foolishly. Bitter people spread bitterness. Insecure people attempt controlling others emotionally because they lack control internally. Once you truly understand this, toxic behavior becomes less personal psychologically. Not harmless, but understandable. And understanding creates emotional distance. Most emotionally reactive people personalize everything automatically. Someone behaves poorly, and they immediately interpret it as reflection of their worth. But grounded individuals recognize an important distinction. Someone else's behavior reveals far more about them than about you. That realization protects peace. This becomes especially important with manipulators. Toxic individuals often attempt rewriting reality emotionally. They minimize your feelings, shift blame, distort conversations, create confusion, and emotionally reactive people become trapped inside endless attempts to clarify themselves. But clarity cannot survive where someone is committed to misunderstanding you. At some point, self-respect requires disengagement from emotionally dishonest dynamics entirely. Not through rage, through clarity. The strongest response to toxic behavior is often reduced emotional access. Less explaining, less emotional exposure, less need for approval. Not because you became cold, because you became selective. And selective energy feels different. People notice when your attention stops being easily available. They notice when emotional reactions disappear. They notice when calmness replaces defensiveness. Because calmness communicates hidden strength automatically. There is something deeply unsettling about a person who remains emotionally grounded under pressure. Most people lose composure quickly. Their identity becomes unstable once criticism, rejection, or disrespect appears. But emotionally disciplined individuals remain centered. That centeredness creates gravity. Not loud gravity, quiet gravity. The kind built through repeated moments of restraint. Every time you refuse unnecessary emotional reaction, internal strength grows slightly. Every time you choose dignity over emotional chaos, self-respect deepens. Every time you remain aligned with your values, despite toxic behavior around you, identity becomes more stable. This is how self-respect is actually built. Not through affirmations, through conduct. The Stoics understood this better than most modern people. They knew self-respect is not a feeling first. It is a practice. A daily decision to remain governed internally, regardless of external instability. And eventually, something profound begins happening. Toxic people lose influence over you emotionally. Not because they disappeared, because your nervous system stopped depending on their behavior for stability. Their words still exist. Their personality still exists. Their chaos still exists. But your identity no longer moves every time they speak. That is freedom. Real freedom. Not controlling people. Controlling yourself while difficult people remain exactly who they are. And that is why true self-respect feels so powerful. Because it cannot be given by toxic people, and it cannot be taken by them either, once you finally build it inside yourself.